Hello, today I'm going to teach you how to get the hot librarian aesthetic. Now this aesthetic has kind of become very popularized from obviously TikTok and obviously from kind of the 90s inspiration of the very beautiful women who kind of were very seductive and alluring, but in a way that was almost professional and kind of was something that was sort of sexy, but sexy in a very subdued way. So I'm going to teach you how to achieve that very kind of specific and kind of very niche aesthetic, because although it has gained its popularity now, it has been a very popular aesthetic for so long, and that sort of style has been something that has been done forever, and I'm kind of glad that it's kind of getting its notice, or getting its kind of time in the sun, or time to shine, because it's very, very beautiful, and if done correctly it can be very subtle, very enticing, and can make you look just very alluring, just from the basis of the makeup, the hair, the nails, just everything. So first things first, what is that librarian aesthetic, and how can you accomplish that? So you have to first take a look at your body type. So I've seen predominantly that in these aesthetics, it's generally a very skinny woman with kind of glasses, kind of, very neat looking hair, who kind of is with heels, who struts down, basically her office, or her just up and down, her very corporate workplace. So understand your body type first of all. Second of all, you want to find clothes that really fit and encapsulate what aesthetic or what niche of that hot librarian aesthetic you want to go for, because going for an aesthetic just for the sake of an aesthetic is not really going to yield you the proper results. Additionally, investing in kind of classic pieces that kitten toe heels. Heels are a big part of this. So stilettos, heels like that, specifically like I said, kitten toe heel, just kind of very small heels that you can obviously wear every single day, and you can obviously do stuff in, because you just don't want heels that you can wear for some occasions. You want a heel that's going to be applicable, that you can wear often. So that is a very, very cool way to go. And the next thing I would say is you have to invest in some good quality pencil skirts. Doesn't matter, I guess, where you buy them from, but pencil skirts are very, very big staple in that very corporate chic or corporate sexy look. So finding, obviously, depending on where you work, it's going to be different, what is acceptable to wear, but finding pieces that really work with your personal style. So if you're very if you're into lighter colors, maybe go for a light gray skirt, but if you're into darker colors, maybe go for a really dark, almost black pencil skirt. That will kind of help to make your style and make everything look more cohesive. If you generally go for black jeans, maybe go for a black pencil skirt. So just implementing things that you already do into this aesthetic will make it more your own, and will help you blend your original style with the new style of the hot librarian aesthetic more seamlessly. Another one of these things that I've noticed are very trendy when it comes to this hot librarian aesthetic is kind of tights. There are so many cute ones. I'll see if I can find a picture and put them up around me. Just tights, that's very, very cute. Tights are very important too, because they're kind of they can add that dimension of something that is seen but you can't fully see it. So black lacy tights, very nice, or even black tights with a line down the side, or line down the front. Those are very, very nice, because it kind of it's subtle, but it's sexy in the way that it will make the eye, you'll make your eye kind of follow the line up, and it'll also elongate your legs. So that will make you look very, very appealing, very, very beautiful, and very, very it'll make you look, I guess, leggy in that sense. So going off of this, obviously we've built the outfit from the floor up. We've got the heels, maybe throw on some socks, some leg warmers, some, if you live in colder climates, of course, leg warmers, or even maybe some boots. Very, very cute, very, very fun to implement into that sort of style and that sort of aesthetic. If you don't have boots, then something I've also noticed is nice is maybe some like flats, like ballet flats almost. Like those are a little bit like, that's not exactly like hot librarian aesthetic, but it's still something that is very like still feminine, because you wouldn't see like a guy wearing like flats, obviously, or at least not most guys. I feel like most guys wouldn't go out and like wear flats, but kind of things that are very like feminine but with masculine edges is kind of what you're looking for, and you're kind of looking to blend the two sides of femininity and masculinity in kind of a seamless way, to where the feminine and the masculine kind of complement each other. Because a lot of times, you know, when people think feminine, we think like really pretty colors, and when we think masculine, we think like very like rough, very edgy, very you know, very like very like angular, like it's not just very, you know, rough. So when you kind of combine those in a very cohesive manner, you get an aesthetic that will be very, very like expressive, and it really does go together really well with what you want to implement and kind of what your like vibe is as well. So we are currently at the skirt. So pencil skirts are amazing. They're also thermaline tights if you are living in obviously colder climates, because I know that it's hard to live in, you know, very cold climates and wear pencil skirts. That's sometimes crazy, especially if you live, you know, like I go to school in Northern California, so like it gets very, very cold here, especially during the winter time. It is cold. So that's something good that you might want to implement. Another thing that I've noticed is from like in terms of shirts and blouses, maybe go for something that's fitted. I think a big part of this aesthetic, as well as dressing well in general, is to go for things that are tailored to your body. Because a lot of times people will just throw something on and be like, hey, this doesn't look good, or oh, this is great. But lots of times those clothes that you buy in store are not custom made for your body, and so they're not going to fit you perfectly. So if you really want to take your outfit from like an 8 to a 10, or like a 6 to an 8, that 2-point jump is really going to be accomplished by proper tailoring and proper use of that piece of clothing. You could have a very expensive piece of clothing and you could look like crap, or you could have a very, very inexpensive piece of clothing and make that look really, really good, because you've put that intention and you've put that kind of self-interest into that outfit, which makes it more sophisticated and which makes it more integrate? I don't know. I'll put the word up somewhere. So when you kind of accomplish that double dimension, that sophistication with your outfit, make sure to go for maybe collars, something that's kind of masculine but can be feminized. So think of collared shirts, but also, you know, maybe like unbutton like the first 2 buttons, because to make it like a little bit of like a V cut, something that's a little bit more like not revealing, but kind of a little bit more revealing, in the sense that it's alluring and that it kind of it has that like that feminine edge to it. When it comes to the sleeves, don't just wear your like sleeves all the way to like here. You want to maybe cuff them, or, you know, kind of make them kind of smaller, like, you know, open up like a couple buttons of the blouse, and maybe don't button it all the way, maybe like tie it or not tie it, I don't know, that's debatable, because you want this hot librarian look is very clean, polished, but a little smoky. That I've noticed too. So maybe unbutton a couple buttons of like the shirt, or maybe unbutton like this, to kind of give it that like kind of like raggedy, like, but very feminine, like almost lived in, like seductive-ish look. So, you know, now that we've gotten kind of like to here, in terms of makeup, right? Makeup, I would say that what I'm wearing right now is a very good example of what makeup you should kind of use for this look. So I have on like very like smoky eye makeup right today, and actually maybe you can even go a little bit smokier, but you want to make the eye makeup kind of sit really, really nicely, you know, not too dragged out like far. Like you can see like my eyeshadow isn't like traveling like beyond my eyebrow, which makes it look very clean but still smoky, which I noticed is a big element of that makeup. In terms of bronzer, don't bronze your face up too much, because this look really like thrives off of like a paler look, honestly. So if you tan usually, because I usually do tan a little bit, or I will like bronze up my face a little bit too, you know, I go in with contour and stuff like that, avoid the contour. Contour is good because contour will create shadows, but avoid the bronzer, because the bronzer will add warmth to your face, and this is a very like cool, quiet, sophisticated, sexy, that sort of look. So you don't want that with this look. Okay, another thing I've noticed, so for the eyebrows, keep them well groomed, very neat, almost skinny, because I've noticed that this is so minimalist that it's a very like skinny eyebrow look, you know, with kind of like your lips don't use a gloss, use like a very like matte nude lip color. Like this is like my Say Beauty blush, but I literally like, it's such a it's very cool toned. It's a cool toned pink color, and that's what makes it amazing, because the lip color, like, it doesn't stand out at all on my lips, but it simply just kind of is there, so it makes the whole makeup look a little bit more icy, a little bit more cold, really incorporating those like bluish tones, or not blue tones, but blue undertones with your eyeshadow when you do your makeup. That's going to also take it to the next level, make it much more alluring, make it much more seductive. Also, a very important part of this is, you know, to avoid very like pinky tones. That is the absolute opposite of what we're trying to do. Blush, keep it very minimal. Like here you can see I do have some blush on, but it's very, very, very minimal. You do not want a lot of blush, because this is not a cute, fun spring look. This is like an everyday corporate hot, like subtly hot, almost like you can't notice that person, but you've noticed them, and now that you've noticed them, you can't take your eyes off of them. That kind of hot. So, you know, a good way to kind of play through this is also to wear glasses. So if you don't have, you know, a pair, you can obviously buy a pair. The rectangle ones, I've noticed, like the rectangle frames, those ones look really good with this look, because that kind of adds that almost like masculine edge to the adds like a masculine edge to the outfit, and that will kind of make it, again, the juxtaposition of the masculine and feminine is kind of the like is the basis of this look. So my glasses are, I have my pair, I'm wearing contacts right now, but if I were to do this look like with the full, like, I would probably throw on some glasses, and I feel like the glasses will make it kind of more subdued, because obviously, like, if someone looks really closely at me, they can tell like I'm wearing all this makeup, I'm wearing like eyeliner and stuff like that, but you know, without me wearing the glasses, they're not going to know that I'm wearing like a ton of makeup, or that I'm really this done up. So it's almost like a secretively done up, or I secretively look really good, but it's, you know, but it's not something that you would notice on the first glance and be like, whoa, she's really like very beautiful or very hot or something like that. So that is all I have for this look. Just remember, like, at worst case, stick to neutral tones, stick to kind of like very like muted colors. That's going to work for you. Stick to from whites to grays to blacks. That's, again, a perfect range, or even browns, or maybe a little bit of navy blue if you're feeling extra, but just really like muted, almost like officey tones, but in kind of a seductive and like impressive way. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure to subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Instagram. And also, I'm doing consultations for like beauty and stuff like that. So if you really are struggling with your sense of style, if you need help with like what makeup you want to do, what, you know, like outfit you should be wearing, please email me, reach out. We can set up like a consultation, and I will help you look your best. Bye.